Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that are pushing word in truth and in sincerity. The brother Yeshua, I'm back with a quick lesson on Jacob's trouble sneaking in, coming up quick, and being prepared. All right. So this is Isaiah the 10th chapter. We start at 1. Okay. Slovakia. All right, Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. All right. So what we're looking at is these unrighteous decrees and right and grievousness. All right. Let's look into that, and we're going to watch a couple of videos here. Let's see. I just had it. Yeah. Let's see. Right here. All right, because we're getting this vehicular attack thing going on, which is designed to attack you jakes when you get out there and do your little protests, which your protests don't mean nothing, but now they're writing into law that you can actually go mow some people down. So let's watch this. This is Legally Armed America, June 17, 2020. So they started writing legislation for vehicular attacks maybe a year or year and a half ago. Started writing it into law. So let's investigate that.
Strange days that we're living in right now. I don't think any of us foresaw what 2020 has evolved into at this point. I want to talk real quick about kind of a how-to video, but this isn't a how-to video in what you might be thinking. This is a how-to stay out of jail video. I've had a lot of people who have emailed.
In other words, what can we do to get ourselves? How can we attack and kill these people and not go to jail for it? And hold ourselves not guilty.
Commented on videos of mine and just outright asked, okay, some of the videos that they've seen where, more notably, really in California is where I've seen the most of it. Go figure, the strictest gun laws where criminals know they can get away with these things. But they're having their protest where people are riding down roads. I don't know if it's freeways, boulevards, or whatever, but it's public roads. And it's...
Notice how they got Jake out there, right? He could have picked any video, but this is one where they actually have Jake, stopping traffic. And what they're doing is they're putting in people's minds, hey, if I got to use this, or not if I'm being attacked, but if I just want to go run some protesters over, it's legal. That's what they're putting in people's heads. Right?
Roads that they have the right to be on. And if you want to protest, I guess you have the right to be on there too, but you are breaking the law if you're actually obstructing traffic in any kind of way. And not only are they just in the way, that's something that's different. I guess you've seen protests like that in the past, and they can come across as being acceptable just if they're nonviolent. But these are not like that. These are videos of people who are vandalized.
They got Jake. See how they're using Jake? But in the one that happened the other day, we're going to see who the culprit was.
Hitting at, kicking at the vehicles, trying to break windows, grabbing door handles. And I've had people ask me, what happens if I'm in that type of situation? Now, keep in mind, guys, I am in the state of Louisiana. Everything I'm talking about right now is based on statutes in the state of...
Okay. Now, they're going to start describing this legislation, these laws, so to speak. 2011 Louisiana laws. Okay. They're going to get into it, and it's going to seem like, oh, well, this is just about justifiable homicide. And then they're going to pinpoint it because what this devil does is he hides his true intent under words. And, of course, he's the master of deception. So if we let this play for a while, they'll get into how they're legalizing using your car as a weapon to attack people.
Louisiana. You will most definitely want to pursue any information that you can looking into statutes in your own state to make sure that you do not follow statutes in the state of Louisiana that may not apply in your state and you wind up in jail anyway. The information I'm going to be talking about today will keep you out of Louisiana jails, strictly in the state of Louisiana. So, if somebody is attacking me in my vehicle, can I shoot them? The simple answer is maybe. And it's a maybe because
You see where he's getting at? When can I shoot somebody's ass dead? That's really what he's asking. It's murder.
you, as the victim, and you're a victim now because you haven't shot anybody yet, but you, as the victim, have to make some decisions on your own, just like we all do. And look, guys, many of these decisions you have to make, they're split-second decisions, but so many of them are common sense and basic human.
Make the split second decision to keep your ass at home and not drive down into where people are obviously disgruntled. All right? No, you just want to shoot somebody.
Decency. Decisions we have to make on a daily basis anyway. It's not like you have to go through this Scantron test and mark down A, B, C, or D. Let me explain that. Let me go a little bit more in depth. I will post the links of where I get this information, but again, this is the statutes in the state of Louisiana. More notably, Title 14, Criminal Law, RS 1420, Justifiable Homicide. Okay, justifiable homicide. A homicide is justifiable if, 1, when committed in self-defense by one who reasonably believes that he is in imminent danger of losing his life or receiving great bodily harm. Now, I'm trying to specify certain things in here.
They're going to go into stand your ground, which your boy Zimmerman used to kill that young Jake, and then held himself not guilty.
Sure that everyone knows that this is not some just open-ended thing. I want to point out the things that you need to pay attention to. Again, notice it says, who reasonably believes that he is in imminent danger of losing his life.
Okay, and this devil will set you up. Okay? He'll set you up so that he can shoot you. All right? Because his true intent is to go out and murder people.
Or receiving great bodily harm. Number 2, a homicide is justifiable if or when committed for the purpose of preventing a violent or forcible felony involving danger to life or great bodily harm by one who reasonably believes that such an offense is about to be committed and that such...
I feared for my life. I feared for my life. So I unloaded in him. He had nothing on him. He had a cell phone, but I feared for my life, so...
is necessary for its prevention. And then it goes on to elaborate a little bit more. A homicide is justifiable when committed against a person whom one reasonably believes to be likely to use any unlawful force against a person present in a dwelling or a place of business, or when committed against a person whom one reasonably believes is attempting to use unlawful force against a person present in a motor vehicle.
There it is. Now we're bringing in motor vehicles. Oh, justifiable homicide. Well, when can I go kill a nigga? Okay. When can I use my car and ram a bunch of people that are just protesting on the street?
So it's specifying motor vehicle here, just to make it clear. Places of business, your residence, or they spell it out specifically so that there is no question here, no gray area in your motor vehicle.
A right and grievousness, all right, that they have prescribed. All right. Woe to him that this is an unrighteous decree.
Number 4.
Because Jake ain't out running people down that are protesting. Who's doing that?
A homicide is justifiable when committed by a person lawfully inside a dwelling, a place of business, or a motor vehicle against a person who is attempting to make an unlawful...
Okay, so this is a bunch of jargon about when and when you can't, or how to go about killing somebody and getting away with it, all right? Now let's get some more here. All right. Let's look at some more videos. What if you were attacked in a vehicle ride? Let's look at this devil right here.
If you or a loved one is struck...
This is called Tampa Carry. See what kind of devils we're dealing with here? Oh, we're carrying. We got our guns. We're trying to figure out when we can go kill somebody or an animal for a trophy. All right. June 2nd, 2020. What if you were attacked in vehicle during a riot? What is this? Stay the fuck out of the riot.
Riots started across the country and especially... Okay, so since the riots started across the country and especially here in Tampa, I have been receiving hundreds of emails from students asking when they can use a gun or what to do in these situations. Here's a really funny text message that I got from one student in particular. All right, so here's what this guy wrote. He said, I'm curious with all the rioting and looting and loose heathens.
That would be you, Esau.
I thought it was hilarious when I read that. Loose heathens in Tampa. Where would the line in the sand be for lead distribution? That's pretty funny. If you're in your vehicle and riders begin attacking your vehicle, either with hands, feet, or objects like bricks, bats, or melee weapons.
Everything is funny right now, but we're going to see soon enough.
I know that your vehicle is just like your home while you occupy it. Just wondering since you're less than a foot away from the window. And he continues saying a bunch of different stuff. So, a couple scenarios here. Number one, if you're inside of your vehicle, and let's say you know that the riots are happening in Tampa. You know, when the riots were going on, they may happen tonight, I don't know, but I was thinking about going on...
You were thinking about what? You were thinking about, the name of this is Concealed Carry, Tampa Carry. So you can pack up your guns and go down into the riot to see if you can provoke somebody so you can shoot them. Sounds like it was real close to where Trayvon Martin was gunned down in the same manner. See, you devils, you think you slick. You think we don't see. All right, but we see. We see you devils, okay?
Saturday, because I thought it would be cool, make some videos, get some cool B-roll. And then as I was thinking about it, I was like, man, Ryan, is this really what you want to deal with on a Saturday night? Because people are going to know automatically by looking at me that I don't fit in with them. Or
that you're the devil down there to do the devil's work. Like Tex Watson, all right? And the Tate LaBianca murders, all right? I'm the devil and I'm here to do the devil's business.
It's just going to turn violent. It's going to be bad. And it's just going to end in me getting hurt.
All right, enough. Okay? So he's going to go on and say, well, what if you were attacked during the, well, let's drive down there packed. Let's make sure we got all our weapons. Drive down there and see if we can provoke something. All right? That's what he's saying. All right, now let's get into a couple of things. All right? Let's find out who is doing these things, since you want to post Jake being the culprit. All right? Let's look at this real quick. It's a couple of months ago. June 8th, 2021. Slovakia.
In it here tonight.
Let's check this out. Now, this is Global News, June 8th, 2021. Muslim family killed in London, Ontario. That's in Canada. Vehicle attack, okay? And they're pushing this hard now because what's happening? Here we are in the summer. What's going to happen in the summer? Riots, not riots. These protests that they call riots. All right? So let's look at some of these. Who is the murderer? All right? Who do we know to be the murderer pursuant to the scriptures?
Yeah, Donna, it has been an absolutely heart-wrenching day in this community. And take a look here as we're standing at the site where the family was killed. And this crowd has really been growing by the minute here tonight. At one point, people were lining both sides of this street. Some people coming to lay flowers, others openly sobbing. Everyone here just trying to come to terms with the horror of what happened here on Sunday night. And a warning that some of the details in this report are difficult to hear. Kosar Maki and her family were driving past this intersection at around 8:40 Sunday night. They stopped at the red light and waved at a group of pedestrians, a family of 5 wearing traditional Muslim dress, who were waiting to cross the street.
My husband just rolled down his window and said salam alaikum to him, and he said salam alaikum, and he went. As soon as we turned the way, we got home. Minutes later, we heard the ambulances. Assalamu
alaikum. The Arabic greeting means peace be upon you. It was likely the last words they spoke. Moments later, police say this pickup truck sped towards the family, jumped the curb, and plowed into them. Police say they were targeted because of their Islamic faith.
It's scary because my husband and my children, we walk these sidewalks, and we have other families too that walk these sidewalks, and it could have been us. That's what I keep thinking. It could have been us.
Jen Karp arrived moments later to find bodies strewn dozens of meters down the street. None of them were moving except for the youngest.
Now, why haven't they showed the culprit? All right. If it was a Jake, that would have been the first thing. They would have showed the culprit immediately. Mug shots, whatever. Or they would have killed him as soon as they saw him.
So, just 9 years old, he was found lying on the ground.
Crying, where's my family? I want my family. My leg hurts. My hand hurts. We told him that there was people helping his family, and that he had to go to the hospital, and just I told him to keep his head down, and we're trying to make sure he didn't see his family. It's terrible.
The boy remains in hospital.
So it's clear they're not going to show who the culprit was, but they could show his truck, that he was out of the truck or whatever, and they know clearly who it is. All right, and this is how that devil gets down. All right, so this is the one that happened a day or so ago. Let me see what it is. This, and they actually showed this guy. And what they did is they tried to blame it on Tariq Nasheed, of all people. All right, bear with me. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this is WPLG Local 10 channel, June 19th, which today I believe is the 21st. Truck strikes 2 at Wilton Manor Pride Parade, killing one. Okay. Now, again, they tried to blame this on Tariq Nasheed. Oh, well, Tariq Nasheed said something that led, and they were pushing this in the mainstream media. All right, because of his buck breaker, they're trying to bring the brother down, and then they found out who it was. So let's find out who it was that was at the Pride Parade killing people. Let's find out who it was. All right.
Breaking news, one person killed, the other now fighting for his life after a driver slammed into a crowd at a Wilton Manors Pride Parade.
That man believed to be behind the wheel, seen there, being taken into custody within minutes. And just a short time ago, we learned the FBI has now joined this investigation.
Now, wait a minute, why are they showing this guy right away? That's out of character.
Chaotic crash happening just as the iconic celebration was getting underway.
And we have live team coverage tonight. Joseph Ojo is standing by with reaction, but we begin with Local 10's Christian De La Rosa, who actually witnessed those dramatic moments. Christian.
We're on Wilton Drive, right at 16th Street. Right in front of me is where a number of floats and several vehicles were lining up, about to kick off the Pride Parade here in Wilton Manors. It is now the scene of a homicide investigation, and as you said, the FBI is now involved. It was just past 7, just as the Wilton Manors LGBTQ parade was getting started.
In all wickedness.
Tragic chaos unleashed. A pickup truck barreling through a crowd of people.
Sound familiar? A pickup truck
At least 2 men were run over. First responders within the crowd seen quickly aiding the victims, performing CPR as officers went rushing towards the driver.
Now, as you can see, all right, we got an Edomite, but this Edomite is a Mo. What is he doing? Mowing people down. We got a Mo mowing them down at his own parade. Well, the Most High put a death angel spirit on him to have him go out there and do what he did.
Police quickly grabbing the man behind the wheel of the white truck after it crashed into a plant nursery across the street. Retired firefighter David Banter.
Look at this demon.
As the truck was right in front of him.
I was behind the vehicle and it revved up and just took off and struck people. Went to try to help the one guy that was bleeding from the head. So, rendered first aid, did what I could.
Both males were transported to Broward Health Medical Center, where one was later pronounced deceased. The other male remains at Broward Health Medical Center and is expected to survive.
Fort Lauderdale Mayor Dean Trentalis witnessed the horrifying scene.
It's terrible. They're laying on the ground. This is clearly a terrorist act against the LGBT community. This is disgusting.
Wait a minute. What he said, right? It turns out that the dude that did the killing is a Mo. So, whatever he just said, this is an attack against what? And again, they tried to blame this on Tariq Nasheed, saying that he incited it.
On the ground. This is clearly a terrorist act against the LGBT community. This is disgusting. We're fearful of our lives. We don't know what's going on the rest of the street. It just didn't look like he was here to have a parade. He was here to cause trouble. You could see it in his face. You could see when they pulled him, when they threw him into the car and took him away.
So take a listen here and take a look at this statement we just received from the president of the Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus, Justin Knight. It reads, and I quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with those affected by the tragic accident that occurred when the Stonewall Pride Parade was just getting started. Our fellow chorus members were those injured, and the driver was also a part of the chorus family."
Oops. Uh-oh. Trouble in Pride Paradise there. All right, so that's all that needs to be said there. All right, the point is the Most High is the one that's ramping up this deadly summer. All right, with what? With justifiable vehicular attacks. All right. Who put the spirit on these people to pass laws that it's okay to run people down in the street? Well, the Most High did. Why? For exactly this purpose. All right? Really, this is judgment that we're looking at. All right, let's get some scripture. This is going way too long. All right, let's get this. Zechariah 11 and 15, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Well, the whole act of writing up legislation, writing up grievousness to allow people to murder, or just pushing the vibration out there that it's okay to use your vehicle to kill protesters. All right? That's going on. All right, we'll just get a couple. This is John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. Did he not kill a couple of people? He killed at least one. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. All right? This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. All right? It's going to be a hot, hot summer full of, dead people. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he will be saved out of it. Who is he? The elect of Israel. Okay, the elect of Jacob. All right? Let's get, let's get Matthew. And we'll go ahead and let's get Daniel. Is it 12? Or is it 10? Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book. All right, let's get Matthew. We'll go ahead and close it. 24. All right, because this is the time we're in, and it's going to get worse as it gets hotter. All right. Let's see. What is it, 29? Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, all right? So this is the time we're in, all right? Be careful out there. Stay prayed up, stay in this truth, continue to do this work in truth and in sincerity. I hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say shalom.